Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Europa Universalis for the Kingdom of God, playing as the Papal State, currently at war with England on France's side. Though we're seriously rethinking some of that, we discovered at the very end of the last video that one of the provinces that we will need to get to form said Kingdom of God is actually in Torino, which is a vassal of France, which means I'm going to have to betray my ally France and eat Torino somehow at some point. That's going to be a real serious problem. The easiest way for me to do that now would be to attack Siena once this war is done. But the problem is, even with my ally, Austria-Hungary, I don't think we're strong enough to take on France. I mean, who is France, rival to? It's going to be Castile, who, by the way, hates me. Right? So that's not an option. The Ottomans, I'm almost positive, are not willing to ally with me. Nope, they have a hostile attitude toward me. So there's that, yeah, and also I am allied to people they hate. So yeah, there's no way I'm getting additional help against France. Somehow, I have to pray that they get weak enough, and I get strong enough, that my alliance network can take on the France blob. That's a tough sell. That's a really tough sell. So we may very well find ourselves in a situation where I can't form the Kingdom of God for years until I see a perfect golden opportunity. I might have no choice but to become the Great Papal Blob, and then try to outscale France somehow. We're still looking for opportunity to fight against the Mamluks. Really depends on whether the Ottomans go to war against them at some point in the future. We are almost halfway through the annexation of my vassal Naples. That will give me a pretty good number of extra states that I'll be able to use to boost up my military power a pretty good amount. So I am looking forward to that. But, you know, obviously that's gonna be a little while. We should go ahead and get our superior units. Let's get the Schwarzreiter. And do we want the Culverin, or do we want... Yeah, we'll get the defensive shock, I suppose, instead of morale. Culverin should be okay. So an upgrade to cannons, that's always a good thing. We like seeing some of that. I am trying to get some claims I can use against Aragon and maybe take over this area down over here. The Western Mediterranean Isles, it calls it. Sardinia, Piedmont, and all that. The idea being, maybe we can call France in and have them beat up Castile and Aragon and burn through their manpower pool or something. I mean, they got 71,000. The problem is France is the #1 world power right now. France is strong. France is really strong this game. So, Austria is now emperor. That scares me a smidge. I could get called in on things. Ooh, I could get called in on the side. Ooh. Hey, France. I know I've got 45 favors, but I do not want you calling me in on offensive wars. Now, this means that my favors will start ticking down, but I do not want to be put in a situation where France calls me in on a war against the entirety of the HRE, right? Depending on how many allies Austria has, that could turn into something that France calls me in and I lose my only other ally. So I'm going to say, no, don't call me in on anything, if and you please. The thing is, once I'm done with France, I actually do want to have them as allies again, if possible. So I'm okay with trying to spend some trust to get favors to get a little bit of extra trust, since the favors are going away anyway, and just sort of see what happens there. I am no longer submissive to the Emperor, because I am allied to said Emperor. Good, that means that at least some of these rebel factions are going to start going away. Excellent. So anyway, until I annex Naples, there's not an absolute ton that I'm able to do here. We're kind of in a weird spot. Very bizarre spot. Austria is resoundingly going to be elected emperor again. The good thing about this is it does mean that Austria just got like an extra 20 force limit or something like that, plus a lot of extra taxes. So there's a good chance that Austria, my buddy, is about to build up a much larger army. I still don't think it's enough to really matter, but y'all get the idea, don't ya? I think you do. I'm gonna go ahead and just improve relations with a few random folks around me, like Herzegovina. You know, we're not gonna be taking any lands for a bit. I have truces with Mantua, Milan, and Genoa, so I can't do anything down there, and obviously I can't fight Savoy. So in order to form the Kingdom of God and or take over the rest of northern Italy, I can't do anything for a bit. Aragon is my only option, and so is the Mamluks. But again, until we see that the Ottomans are ready to fight against them again, I don't feel super confident about my chances. Not yet. Not just yet. So Castile and Aragon are fighting against Morocco again. Looks like Portugal might be leading the charge on some of that, possibly. All right, fine. I mean, again, the more opportunities I have to fight against Castile, Aragon, probably the better. I would like to kill them. Twould be good. Twould be good to kill. I wish I had more diplomatic reputation. That way I could annex Naples a lot faster. I really wish that I did, but I don't have diplomatic ideas, I don't have influence ideas, so none of that is going to be working out for me. An incident in the Emperor has begun. The Hansa were once the undisputed masters of trade from London to Novgorod, and now the Hanseatic League is in decline. They are petitioning for help. Do we say we have no obligations to the Hansa and upset Lübeck and friends? Do we organize the free cities to help? We'll be asked to join a renewed Hanseatic League. Or do we declare an embargo against Denmark? Well, I don't want that, because Denmark is one of my allies. Not that they're a very good ally, mind you. They just exist mostly to try and ward off coalitions with sheer numbers. I don't really feel like I have a... I don't feel like I have a stake either way, so I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna ignore it. This sounds like a Northern Germany kind of problem. Not a Pope kind of problem. Calais, all right, so Cleves is giving money off to France. That's cool. Brittany. I just wish that I could find any ally who is strong and willing to fight France. Bohemia is the strongest person I can think of. And they are strong at 20 troops, but they're also rival to Austria, which means since I'm allied to France, if I also rival Bohemia, I am pretty sure Austria would break off their ties with me, so I can't allow that. So I've got no options there. Allying England could have been fun, but we're kind of at war right now. Also, I'm allied to their rivals, France and Denmark. I've kind of boxed myself in here just a smidge, haven't I? Other people wouldn't be willing to fight, like Poland, Lithuania, even if I got them on their side, on my side. Too far away, they wouldn't be willing. Castile kind of would become the only remaining option, but as long as I'm allied to France, it ain't gonna happen. Also, Portugal doesn't like me. So, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Dithmarschen is giving money to France. Silly peasants, ducats are for France. Or something like that, I have no idea. Looks like Austria's taking a whole bunch of decisions. You can't see any of that because I know that my... Oh, hello. I know that my, my fifth is in the way of a lot of the message pop-ups, but just trust me, it happened. We can try to land some troops over here, and we kind of have to, otherwise... I mean, Catholic zealots are a good thing. Hang on. This province is already Catholic. Oh, you know what? On the off chance these guys siege this and break the knights, they can force this religion to become Catholic for them. Or if they teleport over here and kill the knights' troops, they can siege it down and make it Catholic for them. Basically, my point is, I don't think that in any way it hurts or helps me. Let's see if we can march over here, because we got Savoyard separatists coming up. I don't think in any way it hurts me to just let them run rampant. The Ottomans have rivaled me. Well, that's not good. They are no longer rivaled to the Mamluks. Did you guys get that much stronger or something? Because it sure looks like you might have. That's scary. What's going on now? My war exhaustion is high. Why? From attrition? Dude, right. It's high because last week we haven't had a chance to properly burn it down, so I've got lots of unrest because people keep calling me into wars. It's very frustrating, you know? It's very, very frustrating. All right, so you guys get in position. Let's see if we can just burn down some of this unrest at least a little bit. We may have too many troops over here. What if I pulled off some of these guys and march them back? There we go. 27 supply is enough as long as you have a high enough maneuver general. Not a big deal. All right, income bonanza. Power in Alexandria, that's sweet. Scotland is out of this war. They pieced out and ceded land to England. So even when England inevitably loses this, they still managed to snag something out of Scotland. Well, good for them. Golden era for England. Oh, wow, good timing. Must be nice to be Anglican. Heretics. Filthy heretics! That's what I say unto ye. Filthy heretics. Heresy. Let's go ahead and raise that relations with anybody. I don't know, Bosnia, doesn't matter to me too much. Any states we can do? Not really. Everything's just a single province. It's not good enough, obviously. Savoyard separatists, I mean, until I can get rid of my war exhaustion, it's gonna be very difficult. Whoop. Hello. It's gonna be very difficult for me to get anything meaningful. Did I capture some ships? No, I think I'm just training up more ships and they're finally joining in over here. That's what's going on. Portugal has peaced out with Morocco. There's a Regency Council in Muscovy. You know, Regency Council in Muscovy, I mean, there's something to be said about that being a good thing for me. They're less likely to declare wars against people like Denmark that could get me pulled in on something I don't want. Innovativeness gain plus 50% if I go for ideas. Well, we're pretty far ahead of time on tech, and I'm not going to be coring anything for a bit. I do really want to get this 10% tech cost reduction. It's obviously exceptionally good. But on the off chance we find ourselves getting at least a little bit more innovativeness, I mean, why not? It's something. It's like 0.1% for every 1% innovativeness. Military tech cost increase until death. How old am I? Pretty likely that I'm going to die. The Societies Jesus, the Jesuits are a thing now. Portugal gains papal influence and become the leader of the Jesuit order, which is historically kind of accurate. I mean, didn't the Jesuits set up... Whoa, France is destroying Portugal. Didn't the Jesuits, like, send, like, some of the first missions to China and Japan? I'm pretty sure they did. Might be wrong. Heresy in Trier. Oh, no. Well, I don't care if Trier's upset at me. I mean, I don't gain anything with this. Trier complies. Excellent. That's right, comply. You will comply! Send these troops over here. We can train up more soldiers, by the way. I don't think that that's lost on me. We can train up 8 more. But if I wait just a little bit, I'll have 1,000 ducats to do something. I would like to upgrade this again, but it takes 2,500 freaking gold. Improvements in trade technology. Diplopower is still Diplopower. I'll take it. Can we now do a summoning of the Diet? Yup. Mission. Doink. Base tax in Spoleto? Have an army equal or larger than Castile. I can do that. And we get morale of armies for doing it. Ooh. And then burghers get power in Alexandria. Nobility win this round! I'll train up more troops. Frick yeah. Why the heck not? Let's do it. What do we need, though? We had 14 cannons, 22 infantry. My combat width is currently what? Combat width is 25. I could afford a couple more infantry and then like a few more cannons. One more. That's what I can afford. That gets me back up to my full force limit. Truces with some people, Brunswick and so on. A lot of folks in the HRE has expired. Not that that matters all that much, but thank you. Still making progress slowly but surely on Napoli. We're about, whoop. See, there you go. And for, Austria is once again emperor. What do you know? Yeah, we're almost 2/3 of the way through Naples, finally. Gosh. There they are, finally. Hey, France is gonna help me. Nice. And we lost our general. Well, that sucks. So the Genoese are down to 7.4%. We'll leave it as is for now, why not? Colonial La Plata. So I don't think that I declared anything about Colonial La Plata being the divine heritage of Portugal or anything. I am Curia Controller. I said nothing of the sort. I'm just saying. I said nothing of the sort. Why would I spend money to do this when I could just get more? I can't get more in. Right. Well, we have 117 papal influence invested. I've got a 62.5% chance of becoming papal controller again. Honestly, this is working out pretty well for me as far as remaining papal controller. I got a good chance of staying that way for a huge chunk of the game. You know, it'd be fun. We'd be declaring a crusade. That'd be cool. Can only excommunicate Catholics. Question, is there anyone I can excommunicate now? Yes. Who? I see one here. One country is valid. Aachen? Why? What did you do to peeve me off? Nothing. I have no idea. Okay, well, it says I can excommunicate someone. I just don't know who it is. What'd be great would be the excommunication of, let's say, France, but we obviously love them, and they've put a lot of effort in making sure that I remain in love with them for a very long time. Fabricate a claim against you. I will take a claim over here. Ba-boom. All right, so now we can go to war against Castile anytime that I want, and with France's help, we absolutely could win that again. Especially since their only ally remains Portugal, who is actively being destroyed. They've got 38,000 troops, but a lot of them are being murdered by the French as we speak. You love to see it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. My truce is also just expired with them. France, I don't know how you do it, man. You got 80,000 troops right now, still at 76,000, 75 now, 1,000 manpower. You got big, strong freaking armies, dude. But between the two of us, Papal State and Austria-Hungary, we technically could outnumber you. It could happen. Great projects. Malta forts? What does that do? Local defensiveness, disembark time, attrition for enemies. Again, there's no point in investing in these right now, because once we annex these guys, I'm pretty sure they automatically lose a level. So I'm not spending the money on this. It's just not worth it. I'd love nothing better than to upgrade St. Peter's Basilica again. The Lantern of Lights. Well, we're at 100 on everything. I can easily make devotion back. Burn the heretic. It doesn't really matter. I could also technically, like, trade embargo my rivals, couldn't I? I just realized. Wouldn't that make sense? Hang on. Shouldn't I be doing this? Shouldn't I be issuing embargo? Doesn't this get me, like, freaking power projection, of which I am low? Or something. We're capped out on monarch points here. Hang on, though. Castile. I issue embargo. Also, we should spend our power. What should I spend it on? Answer, more manpower. For the love of God, I could really use more manpower across the board. 70%. With Naples. Who do I hate? Poland? If I sent you a scornful insult, that wouldn't do me a lot of good, would it? Oh, I can't insult them until June. Oh, I have to wait a few months before I can call them names again. Well, I can make a lot of people like me by really peeving off Castile. I'll do it. We already gave up on them, and this gets me back up to 50 power projection, so technically speaking, for at least a little while, I am going to be getting some monarch points again. I guess I can issue an embargo against Poland as well for all the good it does me. I keep forgetting you can do all that, though. There's a truce with Lorraine. Sweet, exciting, don't care. Switzerland, hi, how are you? You feel threatened by me. Don't. Haven't you heard of the Swiss Guard? The Pope loves them. Pope thinks the Swiss Guards are the bee's knees, boyos. So, how are we looking here against England? It turns out that France is still having a heck of a time actually landing over here. They got a lot of war score, but mostly because they have, like, all, oh, I have a province occupied. What do you know? I'm gonna go ahead and hand this off to France. But all of Portugal's occupied here, so that's the only war score that they have. The sanctity of marriage. The Father has taught us that marriage, the union between a man and a woman, is holy. Once they made their promises, nothing can break it. However, the King of Portugal is requesting an annulment with his wife. It cost me 50 devotion to say no? Wow. All right. Fine, divorce your wife. Ain't worth it. I don't care enough. I don't care anywhere near enough to bother with that. We've already maxed out relations with Sweden? Darn. All right. Anyone else I care about? Bohemia. I don't actually care about you, but I want you to feel like I care about you, so we're sending a delegation now. I guess I could try to curry favors with France and try to just keep this alive for a bit in case I need it. For example, to declare against Castile, I do need some favors for that, right? Answer is yes. In case you were wondering, the answer to that is 100% yes. Who is rejecting the enforcement of peace? The Mamluks. Hassa, okay. So the Mamluks are now at war with somebody. Still does not offer me a good opportunity to attack. We have more cannons and stuff, and I'll bet you my tech is better than theirs. They got tech level 9 versus my 10. So could we technically win this? Yeah, probably. Would it be costly? Yeah, also probably. Hey, the Catholics are going to transfer over to Rhodes, and they're going to very forcibly convert all the Orthodox to Catholic. I see this as an absolute win. Or something. So hi Castile, how you doing there? France would be willing to join on a war against you right now, and Portugal can't even join. We call this a prime opportunity, but it's only to humiliate rival. No, hang on. Aragon. France wants land? How dare you? It's because you're fighting in another war. I can fix this. If I trade favors, no, I can't ask you to prepare for war because you're already at war. Dang it! Meh. Right, well, I could do this on my own, but like, do I wanna? The whole point is to call in France and ask France to waste their manpower to get me stuff. So even if that means that I have to go and fight against Portugal again, that's fine. France, the more I fight that France can fight for me, the better off I'm going to be. That's what this means. Diplopower, discover all of Ethiopia. Sweet. Prester John? Hi, you've actually got a pretty good game, and you're still Coptic, too. You haven't given up. Sweet. Prester John, trade efficiency for 10 years and global trade power. Doink. What else do we have to do here, by the way? We have to own everything I need for the Kingdom of God and Siena in order to finish a mission over here and get claims on Venetia, Lombardy, and the Po Valley. Yeah, clearly the game wanted me to push over here to the west a lot sooner, but I didn't do that. Counter the Reformation, I have to have converted 10 provinces. Can't until religious zeal goes down. Build a Roman navy. Can't do that right now. Offer concessions, that's for Trent. Sweep the Po. Yeah, I'd love to do a lot of that. Can't do any of it. Vatican Library, what can we do over here? Printing press, not for a bit. Universities, can't do that. Yes, we can't do any of our missions for a bit. There is still hope. You don't say. Please help me get rid of that dang war exhaustion. Thank you. Oh, good. Now Siena's gonna fire off here pretty soon, huh? I got all cannons. This ain't gonna work. For God's sake. France, can you just end your war now? I don't want to be in this anymore. It's not fun anymore. All right, well, we dealt with the Cretans. You silly cretins. All right, transfer the troops over here because this is the one that's more likely to become a problem soon. Tech cost, yes. And we're still 8 years ahead of time on tech. That's great. So I could invest in some tech and gain some innovativeness and stuff. We also need Diplotech. We can do that now. Let's do it. Upgrades to ships. Sounds cool. So investing in the military tech would get me 6 innovativeness, right? Yeah, 6. I mean, it's nice. It's not necessary, but the extra fire and shock and everything else in combat with is great. Weapons manufactories can be pretty good too. I can build manufactories. How have I forgotten that this was a thing for me? Oh, because I can only build it for... Why can I build it in... Oh, it depends on the good. So livestock, grapes, and stuff I can build in. Ah. Well, I mean, let's spend money on this. That's worthwhile at the very least. Again, it increases the value of the trade node, which is pretty good. Not to mention, it gets me a pretty hefty amount of money. Also, who doesn't like wine? Italian wine, it's good stuff. There's the Sienese. Knew that was coming, here we go. Die! Thank you. So the Genoese are still a problem, you're telling me, huh? Well, we'll send a few extra troops over that direction. I don't want to be defender of the faith, it's a trap! It's pretty much never gonna be worth it for me. Attrition for enemies, impressment offices. I don't need any of that either. Fine, we'll build a manufactory in Pisa. You claimed the throne of somebody? Or the Palatinate? Wow. Pretty nifty if you snagged that, wouldn't it? Hey, as the Pope man, I bless this endeavor, as long as it makes you helpful against the France man someday in the future. Hey, by the way, France, can we end this war now? Because I'm really bored of this. Can we end it now? It's been years. It's been years, dude. It's been like 5 years. There's got to be a call for peace. Come on, end the dang war. No one wants to do this. Thank you! God! All right, before they can do anything else, hey, France, would you please go and murder Portugal again? I need a diplomat. Dang it. Lost the Italian wars. Oh, don't worry, we're getting that right back. Boom. All right, so does this bring my war exhaustion right back up when I just finally had a chance to get it down? You betcha. Does it also give me an opportunity to go kill these guys? Heck yes, it does. Let's go ahead and get a really good shock general and transfer across over here before their navy can mess with me, ideally. Because we got a ticking war score over here thing that we want to get. Naples is distracting Aragon. Well done, good sacrifice. Just long enough, I hope. Come on, land. Land here. Thank you. Alright. Capped out on power again, huh? It is so tempting to go for that military tech super early. It is so tempting. But also so unwise at the same time. Oh, I forgot that I have troops over here. Hi. Let's go ahead and try to transfer these guys once these guys arrive over here. Okay, just dock up. It's way faster just to do this. Thank you. All right, transfer some troops up this way. You guys are gonna go and deal with the peasants, who should not be able to do much against me anyway. Then we'll have a ticking war score going for us, which makes my life easier. France has already sieged down something. That's right. Take that beautiful attrition. Kill your manpower. You've got 93,000 troops. Dear God, France is only getting stronger every time I look at them. Gosh, dang it, France. Why you be this way? Ah, my navy. Well, there goes Portugal. You know, I even thought, did we set these guys to, like, maybe stop? But nope, we didn't. Hey, get up over here instead of going this way, please. Well, there goes a few of my ships, but oh well. Not a huge deal, just a little annoying. High liberty desire from Naples. Well, that's gonna slow down my ability to annex you. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little placation action. Do you feel better now? Feel placated? That's good. I'm happy for you. I truly am. All right, so we got all this, so that's good. Question, can we bring you over here quickly? Before they notice me, so I can get my troops together? The answer should be yes. Influential trading power in Tunis? I'd rather have another level 2 trade efficiency guy for cheap. Reformation of the Catholic faith. All right, we lose a freaking ton of money and start the Council of Trent. Okay, well that's a thing now. So we're doing the Council of Trent to figure out what the heck we can do to stop peeving off all the Protestants. Because we're starting to finally concede that maybe the Protestants have some good points. Enable the Counter-Reformation. Tech cost goes up, we get missionaries, papal influence, which I automatically reinvest. Tolerance of heretics and idea costs. So the thing about this is, I hate paying extra monarch points. And the extra missionaries don't do me any good. So all I'm doing is trading monarch points for a lot more papal influence. And by a lot more, I mean a reasonable amount more. I don't call that very great. Hey, question? Can I just provoke these guys? Darn it, I can't provoke them while I'm at war. I just know these guys are gonna fire off. We're gonna split the army and send a few guys over here to help. France. This is your goal. If you can take this fort, we'll be able to go wherever we want. You know how this works. We've done this before. So, papacy. We can do the Council of Trent. What do we think we should do? Heresy trials upset all heretics? Secret confessions. Tolerance. Tolerance or missionary strength? I'm voting missionary strength. The Roman Catechism. Institutions spread in true faith provinces. Tolerance, opinion of heretics. Or opinion. Manpower, manpower, war score versus other religions, curia powers cost. I think harsh. We are embracing harshness. A lot of people want me to be conciliatory, but I agree with Austria. Most of the cardinals are not feeling that. But this costs the curia money. I don't care if the curia costs money. There. I've decided we are going to be as mean-spirited as possible to heretics. That works. All right. Well, we're waiting for the Genoese to fire off. In the meantime, this is a good opportunity to just go destroy things. We can actually convert Crete, and I would like to. Oh, and finally, we actually have a use for the gosh dang Counter-Reformation, don't we? Well, I'm not going to worry about any of that right now, because we're out of time for this video. We can win against Castile and stuff pretty easily. All I have to do is break through at least one fort right here in Navarra. That will unleash France to go and do all the stuff for me. Then I can take all of this for myself. And that'll be lovely. And hopefully, France continues to sack their manpower, but it does not look like that's happening. Oh, did Great Britain form? They did. What do you know? Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.